All right, so we are today going to replace the clutch on Old Blue. I'm guessing when we went with the Ames Oil synthetic gear oil, it blew out the input shaft seal, which got the clutch all oily, or it's just time and it's wore out. So, but then we're gonna attempt to yank the motor, swap the clutch, put it back in, and get it done today. So
join us.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, a few more pumps.
When's the last time you fired this up?
Well, last night.
Oh.
I cheated. Yeah, I had to, all I did was really charge the battery, a couple Googles of Prime, and it started.
Oh, good. Come on, clutch. Hang in there. You can do it, Old Blue. Nice. Basically, my appendix decided to not want to be in my body anymore. And long story short, I'm not lifting anything because after that surgery, a hernia developed, and that got tied up last couple weeks ago. So I'm still learning how much a gallon of milk weighs because I lift other things that seem like they shouldn't. Anyway, I'm gonna hand people straws and things like that today, but I really want to just grab that hood and yank it right off.
The plan is we jack it up so we can get the engine hoist underneath it.
Okay.
So we'll do that first.
Look at that. I forgot about the old Willwood, and Dave took the Army Jeep approach with this giant bracket that lets you mount whatever you want in there.
And again, my favorite thing about a Saab 96 and a 95 is one dude can take the hood off, and when you go to put it back on, it lines itself up perfectly.
There you go.
Coming down.
Copy.
Okay.
Yeah, so Kelly's helping us now because the bug has bitten.
Yeah.
This man's gonna be rolling in the
Yellow 96.
yellow marine. What are we calling that thing? I don't know, but
It's yellow.
It's just the yellow 96. So
That's
Kelly's familiar with all kinds of things, but then he saw this Saab, and he's like, "What?" Now he has to have one.
Well, then he's daily driving the Deluxe.
Yeah, keeping it warm.
Practice with it.
Yeah.
And, didn't you say it's a better chick magnet than a...
Oh, you get more attention in that little car than if I was driving a Maserati or something. All right. I got it so that she's starting to come out. It's just, you got to find the right adjustment for it.
So check it out.
Is there any antifreeze? Darn it, Dave.
Yeah.
Changing everything. Changing everything.
SAE.
Every chance he gets.
You know what?
He's getting fraction.
Now, some of them are actually, the threads are really close. I forget which M size it is, but I've been able to put an SAE nut on something.
Okay.
9/16, that's right. I think the 14 works as a 9/16 if you have to, yeah.
We always ask each other what the conversion is, and we don't know. We just have to figure it out.
Yeah. And this is all stuff I invented from whatever I had laying around, because none of this was here.
Yeah, it was all busted out.
Yeah.
You need to hook up your ram air.
I do.
Yeah. It is hooked up?
Yeah. You never noticed? Yeah, it's hooked up.
Oh, excellent.
That is a defroster plenum out of a 73-96.
It works good for cold air
At
intake.
least, okay,
Cold
I
air
might put
intake's
SCE,
Hose.
SAE nuts and bolts and things, but that's a genuine Saab part.
Surprised it's not out of a Mitsubishi. It's amazing how many things you can take off of a mid-90s Mitsubishi and work into stuff, like a radiator fan.
Right. Well, we're going to use the water-cooled intercoolers off of a BMW when I turbo one of these.
Is it going to be rear-wheel drive?
No. It's gonna. I'm turboing one of these. Well, I will put the radiator in the back though, because this will be the intercooler and it's in the front, and the radiator will be in the back, and I'll louver the hood with like a scoop.
You actually,
Yeah,
if you got
why
a
not?
Subaru, we could actually do a hood scoop in it and do the Subaru intercooler right here.
I don't like that. I don't like them there. That's a hot spot.
Not if you ram it.
I don't want to ram it.
Oh.
I like the...
Yeah, you like the hood.
Yeah. I don't mind louvering the trunk lid, but I don't want to...
floorboard. You can spit your seeds out. What do we got here? Did we do that on this one?
No, we haven't done it on this one. It's only the deluxe.
So what we're talking about is the heat builds up right in the back of the firewall.
The junk and the mud and the dirt, and then it rusts, and then so I cut it out, and I made little expanded metal grates, and so then the hot air, because the only other vents are right here, so all that just stays there. So now the air can come through this way,
and you can hose it out, and it goes somewhere.
Right, exactly. Now, what one guy complained about though, when I took a picture and showed it to him, he's like, "Oh man, then when you pull the axle shafts off, what's going to hold the needle bearings from falling on the ground?" I'm like, "Dude, that's not how you take them apart." But whatever.
That's how the manual tells you to do it from the the 70s.
You pop it out.
Oh, absolutely. People follow the manual.
You don't disassemble a CV boot to take it out, okay?
I'm with you.
I'm just like, oh.
This is pretty much the way this was reinvented.
It works just fine.
It does. It's actually worked really well. You've got the holder, and then you've got the latch swing right there. Custom length cable.
Oh, look at that. That's cool.
And then it does its little thing.
All right. So now we can start taking these off. Gently.
Okay, free.
One grill is free.
Okay, Dave's got the tool. Oh yeah, look at that tool.
Just go around, loosen it up. And then off.
I got one of those now. I know exactly what it's for.
I'm glad I could enlighten your knowledge there, Kelly. Now, I'm gonna, because I've had 3 people tell me this isn't so.
Okay.
All right.
What is what?
So that's the fuel line from the tank. It goes underneath the motor mount. And that thing rubs the fuel line. So every car we've messed with, except this one, that has rubbed a hole in the fuel line. Mm-hmm. So when we pull it, I think I already did put a piece of rubber there. But anyway, let's make sure to do that. Some guy came in and he obviously has one of these cars because he knows a lot about it. But he kept, and all I know is what I've done. I've just taken them apart. You know, I wasn't raised with Saabs or anything. I just think they're cool. And he was challenging me on a whole bunch of things. I'm like, well, but that's not how it is. And he's like, well, that's how it is. I'm like, okay, whatever. So one of them was that he said he was leaking fuel and it was in the bottom of his pan. I go, I know what that is.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, it can't be that. And I'm like, well, just look at it. No, it's not that. I'm like, okay.
I think that would work great.
Okay, this is gonna gloog.
It's gonna glue hard.
We hope. There's radiator flawed.
Okay, that's red. Let's let it sit for a second.
That didn't take long. No, that doesn't really work.
Yeah, it does. I did it on that.
That's just
goes down into the
AI
threads.
trick.
Alone. It goes into the threads.
Is this a crayon?
It is crayon, and the wax is supposed to go down and penetrate into the threads.
Well, and wax is a petroleum, paraffin. It's a petroleum product, so I could see the logic in that.
I was having problems with O2 sensor yesterday, and I tried it for the first time, and it worked like magic. I really do think that crayon thing works.
It just popped right off.
No, it would flow. Capillary action. It makes sense.
So what we're talking about here is how easy Kelly got that nut off.
Well, to remove
we've got
these pipes because
the front end off, the radiator off. We're working on the second side to get the manifold, the exhaust off the manifold. These guys are preparing to make the next step for pulling this engine so we can get the clutch replaced.
Since the cooling tubes are below the right here, that is lower than the bell housing. We just can't pull it off, so we have to pop this loose, so then we can bring the motor out this way. Oh, and to correct somebody that tried to correct me, yes, Ford in Cologne, Germany built the V4, but the Swedes designed the motor mounts. That's not a German engineered thing. So when I said that they should have drilled a hole in the motor mount, I was correct that it was the Swedes' job to do that, not the Germans who built the motor. I just want to make that clear. Okay?
Yeah.
I think the point of interest was we asked, what's this big nut for?
Oh, this is
on the side of the block with the Allen key, and the guy goes, don't ask us, ask Ford. Well, then someone chimed in and goes, that's so they could remove all the casting debris.
Which would make sense, yeah.
And then they plugged it, and then they can get it open again for later when they rebuild it again. Because what was the experience? 2-stroke, 3 cylinders. It's only going to last 20,000 miles before it blows up.
Right.
So we'll be prepared this time to repair the engine.
So Kelly,
Yep.
suggestion.
Yep.
Since this is holding the engine in place, remove the motor mount and you can get the starter off easier.
This being that.
Yeah,
which
leave that
works
on
great,
there.
and that being that.
The engine will go down just a little bit, but it'll stay. So here's my answer to the thermostatically controlled or temperature controlled heater control valve.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, and old blue here, the cable was broke, but normally there's just enough room on the cable that you can run the cable to here, and then you can still, you know, control how much hot water is going through the heater core.
From inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the first V4 I ran into was in a Thiokol Imp, like a 72 little snowcat thing, and they used the industrial version of the, you know, Ford V4.
Sure.
And I had never seen this external cooling, but it's actually common in a lot of engines. It's just the first time I'd seen it. And it's actually kind of brilliant because you don't have to worry about trying to get the coolant to flow and through a casting, and there's no cold or hot spots. Oh. You know, like a I don't know, Kelly.
Chevy 350.
Sometimes
yeah.
the rear cylinders they stay hotter than they should because the coolant doesn't do what it's supposed to. Where with this, it's coming from the front, going to the back, and you get full flow.
If the
older straight sixes were horrible for that.
Yeah.
Very bad.
I remember the head gasket has to be, that pinhole has to be just right. If it gets opened up, then you lose the flow to the back.
Right, because it's following the path of least resistance.
And then that's where we saw some of those engines with copper.
Yeah, wafers.
What'd you call them?
A copper wafer.
And that reinforced it so that the paper, the fiber of the gasket would open up.
Yeah, and remember we found those when we took apart the hot rod engine? All right. Yes.
Dave and his axe
What did
handle
Clint
tool.
Eastwood said? Nothing like a good piece of hickory. All right, so you just go boingy, boingy, boingy.
Hear that, everybody?
Boingy boingy.
There you go.
Nice.
And again, the reason you have to take that off is it gets in the way of this bell housing thing. So, everybody that owns a 95, 96 needs to get yourself a good piece of hickory. Good old axe handle. Works every time. And it would probably make a real good self-defense, you know.
Yeah.
When all those
You can
hot
keep your
chicks
cameraman in line.
are storming you because you got the sexiest car at the car show. You're like, calm down, girls, calm down, stay away, you know. Oh, Kelly,
Yeah.
tell them what you've told me as far as this being chick bait.
Oh, I could be driving a Pantera and I get more attention in driving one of these than I would. Everybody's, what is it? All the girls are thumbs up. It's pretty cool. You can't stop for fuel without talking about the thing.
Exciting. Somebody wants a nut off.
Oh, there we go.
Good job, Crayola.
Oh, yeah. We need to take the throttle linkage off, too.
Okay.
That's a 10 millimeter.
Right there, I see it.
Yep. And then we leave one or two of those in, and we lift the engine up, and we put a wedge of wood. You can see how it's got a clear.
Oh.
So we put
So
a
we
wedge
got
of
to
wood
do
on the bottom.
the wood wedging like we do with Jeeps
Yeah.
to take
Just in a different spot.
the transmission out.
Yep. We now know, Kelly, you do the bottom one first so it keeps the starter in place.
Right, so you're not at a weird angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you don't have tension on it. It's such a fun place to get into.
I don't know if we want to use a stud or whatever, but it is out now. Oh, look at that. It's not even a 14.
No.
It's a 15 maybe, or is it 9/16?
That's a standard, it looks like. Someone put a standard bolt in it.
It wasn't me this time. All right, so the motor mount's free. So let's just take that out.
So how do you like taking off this throttle linkage? Do you take it off on the manifold and just take this whole thing off? Right here?
Yeah, so it straight down,
Yep, this
and
guy.
then you got a cotter pin right here. And then it just comes right off. You pop this plastic thing, and then that just comes right out, and just it's free plastic.
Twisty twist. Out it comes.
And I kind of like doing this with the cherry picker because you have a little more control than like the overhead hoist. Okay.
What are we hammering on?
The exhaust manifold flanges. We're just gonna give them. We're gonna give them a little bump.
We need it.
That did something.
Doesn't take much, but a little vibration helps. Good call.
See, yeah, these things, Kelly, they slide out in one direction.
I saw that. That's
So
weird.
once you get the pipe far enough away, you slide them out.
All right, I got one bolt in. I gotta get out. There's nothing underneath after the.
Yeah, we take the Phillips screws off of that, but let me get tension on it first.
Guys, put there and
Yep.
there, and then heater
And
hose.
I would just take that out and that out instead of trying to do that guy.
Yeah, I see that.
So Dave likes to wrap around the neck of the header manifold, and it works great.
It's like God made it that way. The engine gods.
Just meet at the top, crisscross style, and boom.
The only trick on this side is you got to get the strap behind the dipstick. Okay.
Yeah,
We're flying.
Okay, hang on.
definitely.
Okay, ooh, that whole motor dropped. That one bolt
Oh my goodness.
was very, very tough. Okay, that's both of those. Now I got one more right there.
Oh, leave those on, because remember we're going up to so we want to put blocks of wood underneath there.
Underneath the trans
Yep.
axle itself.
Yep. All right, so now we remove the final bolt.
Yeah, I got it.
That was quick. It's the starter part.
It's a
Yeah, why is the starter not coming out?
I don't know, but
It's not even wiggling.
Did we miss a bolt?
I don't know, but okay. We're safe. I can reach around.
Yep.
No.
There's no bolt. There's only two
So,
holding the starter on.
if
it.
it
Oh,
goes-
there's a bolt right here.
Oh, we missed one.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a
Oh yeah.
little small one.
I thought there was only two, but there must be three.
Well, wait a minute. There is only two, but why is there three? You pulled 2 off at the
Yeah.
bottom?
I pulled this one off though.
There's only 2.
There's only 2. You know what I did, Dave?
Yeah.
I pulled this one off of the bell housing up here.
Oh.
Oh, it's not the starter bolt.
Yeah, and I couldn't
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
in there.
I was using the force, and the force failed me once again. I don't know how you get to that thing when it's down below.
It's not. It's a pain, but I've done worse things. Like the heater core on my wife's Jeep Liberty. Okay.
Yeah, but didn't you figure out a way to use a sawzall?
Yes, I did.
That's the awesome
We don't
thing.
have that option. See, we can't even get that out until we get the.
That's amazingly.
Yeah.
Do they have little high torque starters for these? Little
Probably.
lean greens and
Maybe
stuff?
not though.
Has anybody tried to put a high torque starter,
I can't.
tiny little
Up a
guy,
little bit for me.
into these V4s and did it work?
Okay, that's good.
Pull it your way.
It's not a bad idea.
Slide.
A little bit of oil back in there.
All right, now that we're high enough, I'll use the air.
You know, that is crazy. You were telling me about
Yeah,
that. What
okay.
in the world?
So I'll show you. Of course, the antifreeze is just from when we were playing with it. Yeah, Saab goo. We're gonna free the release bearing. So the top one goes through a hole, and see how that hole's wore?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
really...
yeah, and it's a pain to get these off. So, and you can't really weld it. But what I have done is I have drilled it out and then put a brass,
Yeah, just a shimmy.
Sleeve.
Yeah, sleeve in there, yeah.
you know.
Apparently, the adjustment is all in the arm.
Well, right, and then it wears here, okay. And so if you've got slop here, now see that's the bolt that you on the outside, and
Right.
that brings it in or out.
Yep,
That's your only adjustment because it's a hydraulic system.
yep.
There is pedal adjustment now that I've done this, but so this is graphite right here. This piece.
That's what you were saying. It's graphite.
Yeah. So this release bearing was noisy, and I remember that. So I have a new one. So over here, I have a replacement release bearing, and then we're going to take the disc off and see. So the manual says it should be at least 8.5 millimeters, and anything lower than 3 is toast. 3 seems pretty low to me, or thin. But we've got this stock one, and see how the depth of the rivets?
Yeah.
You have to have at least 3/32 of depth, and it's still good. So this is still usable, but it's of a material I've never seen before, some sort of organic thing. This is the disc that I made. This is a 180 millimeter. This is a 200 millimeter Volkswagen disc that I turned this piece to fit the splines of the Saab transmission, and and then I had to find these rivets. These rivets are really hard to find.
McCaster car.
Yeah, McCaster car has them. So we're gonna probably run with this one, and of course you see how the 200 millimeter is. See how it sticks out?
A little proud of the.
Yeah, but it fits in the flywheel just fine. But if you notice, see how there's still pressure plate surface, like right in there and right in there. This doesn't take up the whole surface, and neither does the stock one. Because see, look, that's identical clearance.
You're
So
talking about
technically,
the inside.
they could have made
diameter.
this smaller in diameter and then taken up the full surface. So you don't really get any advantage using a Volkswagen disc, because even though it's 200 millimeter, you can't use it because the pressure plate isn't that wide. But this will still fit in the recess hole, so we're okay.
And you don't have to get it from Sweden.
Right. Well, and you
Which
can
we don't
and
mind,
you can
but
use
they're not
you
giving
can
you
use a
money.
beetle pressure plate with the multiple fingers, and all you have to do is drill the holes out a little bit bigger, and it'll bolt right on. But the problem with that is it
Diaphragm
sticks out
stuff.
to the diaphragm. It sticks out too proud, and then you can't adjust it. It's like you can't win sometimes. All right, so let's pop these off.
I'm still amazed.
So that's the seal we need to
I'm
change.
not really impressed either. That's really small.
For whatever reason, that's how they did it. And then the later one is the full thickness all the way out. I would imagine this has got to be stronger. Now, the hot rod car has this, and that's the one I've abused the most. So it's probably a good thing it didn't have that. But for the wagon, I'm going to be fine. I'll drive it like a baby.
Till you turbo it.
Well, not turbo in this, turbo in the... Yeah, then I'll probably blow it. But it's the ring and pinion that everyone complains about that fails, not the input shafts. So, I don't know.
Some people snap input shafts if they've updated the transmission.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well,
So,
there's some gunk in there, but I've seen worse.
Well, that distributor's been doing what it needs to do. Carburetor's been doing what it needs to do. Valve cover gaskets have been doing what it needs to do.
well,
Fuel pump's been doing what it needs to do. I think this car just needs a clutch. Speaking of clutches, I see a third disc.
so
Looks even bigger.
what you look
Oh,
for
yeah,
on the
the old
pressure
one.
plates, it's this that's no-go. Okay, so here's what we're gonna look at. So see that wear right there? As the fingers slide on it, you see that wear. So I can feel a groove in there. Doesn't mean it's bad, but this one,
Smoother, huh?
it doesn't have, you push these down and see how it doesn't have the same wear. So we're gonna run with this pressure plate, okay? Okay, so ideal is 8.5, all right? So there's 8.45, okay? So this is well within 8.4, I think is what the book says, so we're like 5 over. This guy is 7.5 basically. But notice that this is a 6 spring, where the original one we took out is only a 4 spring. Now see, this is metallic. It's got the metal in it, so that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
So the clutch was slipping. This is pretty greasy, okay? I think we were getting not engine oil.
Transaxle.
I think transaxle. All right, and that is 7.6. So according to the manual, this is still usable.
But according to the grease quotient, it's not.
Well, this is, you can tell, this is, you can just feel it's totally saturated with oil, and that synthetic synchro mesh transmission fluid
Shot right through.
So,
which was the risk, and we knew it.
Yeah, that was our gamble.
It would blow the seals,
Yep.
and it
So-
slid right by.
now I have soaked these in acetone for like a month, and it will leach all the oil out. But
then
and
what?
Since they're
What's the
riveted,
downside?
There's no downside. Since
Okay.
they're riveted, it doesn't delaminate the glue. But if it was like a glued brake shoe, you
Oh.
can't soak it. You just have to toss it and never get it rebuilt. So this is our.
Oh, noisy. That one won't even turn, will it? I mean, just once or twice.
But no noise.
Yeah, nice.
And then you can see how that the graphite has wore down, and this is good.
Yeah,
so
sure.
So we're gonna run with that release bearing and this pressure plate. Now, so I've gone through the trouble, because you can actually push this down and lift it up, and I've gone through the trouble of actually putting like grease in there, but I imagine spinning it
Oh,
$3,000, it doesn't stay there very long.
no.
So it originally it's just bare metal to metal. You can also, I've gone through the trouble to put grease here. You take a vise and or like 3 C clamps, and you squeeze down, and you can flip these off. And I've lubed them here and here and here. I don't know, again, centrifugal force.
wins.
Hey, watchers, let me know if you think it's even worth it. I mean, it's probably going to be great for the first 100 miles, you know. And the problem with the Sax clutches is, okay, you can see it with this one. All right. See all those rivets? Okay. See how the rivets line up? They're right on the edge of the actual pressure plate. We'll call it the shoe. I think that's what it's called. So when the Sax made them, they put the rivets on backwards, so they're rubbing against the flywheel, or they were too tall and they were catching right here.
Yeah.
So I think those have all been fixed, or
they
but you
just
see
stopped
a
making
killer
them.
deal on a Sax
Yeah.
pressure plate.
It's got to be
disc and the release bearing. Keep the release bearing, and the pressure plate's probably fine, but get a different disc, because wasn't that the deal?
Peter, yeah, and he went round and round to get those guys to change it, and they're like, no, we're not changing
Well, they made
anything.
$1 billion, and then they're like, fine, just you guys fix it. So we have. But you can buy these rivets from a caster car, and then these step rivets, where it's a small size on here, small size there, and it's got a shoulder. And there's different heights. It took me forever to find those for the Volkswagen disc.
Yeah.
But what's cool is this inner piece here with the 3 wings that are notched.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same as a Volkswagen. So once you grind the rivets off, you take this out, you turn this down on a lathe to fit in, turn this one down, and it has to be a 6-spring. You turn this down to fit, and then you can run with a Volkswagen disc. And I thought I was cute doing the extra, but as you can see, because I put this in different inches as a test, you can see that you're not getting that much traction, really.
Right.
It might on this end, but who knows. And then right here, the deal you want to measure is, let's go back to inches. All right. So let's zero it out. So you want no more than, so yeah. See, so that's 233, and this guy is, see, look at that. It's way different. So as long as you've got enough meat past the rivet, I don't know, I don't have the fractions in my head, but that's like 93. This guy is 59, 61. So that's the thing to look for. And in this guy, again, it has not enough. See, that's like 48. So anyway, that's what you look for.
Okay.
At least that's what I look for. I mean, I'm not the end of all knowledge.
But
I
you've
think
done
I
it
am.
enough.
I've done it, and I, through experience.
Yeah. And there's somebody that's got this thing down the way they like it.
Oh, and I guarantee
So
there's someone in the Saab club that has this,
couple guys.
They're machinists, they have diagrams, and I've just known from, and
Pulling it
okay,
over.
when that fork is so wore out that it doesn't push far enough, you take a hardened steel washer and you go tack, 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 and then that makes up the difference so that your clutch will go far enough to disengage. And it gives you a ton of adjustment on the adjuster.
Yeah.
It's like you just put all brand new stuff in. And there's enough meat where it's wore, and since it pushes and doesn't pull, it wears on the back. Now, if it was like this thin back here, obviously we wouldn't use it. But since it's wearing, I'm just going to run with this and call it good. We do need to change the seal.
And then you get by with more of the super greasy.
Yeah, and I'm not 100% sure that's what was leaking, but it sure looks like it was.
Well, as you can see,
Yep.
the engine's out. How far did we get, Dave?
Well, so we got it out. We figured out what pressure plate we want to use and what disc we're going to use, and I have a new release bearing. And we cleaned up the bell housing, and so next we're going to replace the seal, the input seal, on the
That
transmission.
will be nice.
Yeah, and the disc is we showed you the disc is all greasy. So when we put the synthetic Ames oil secret mesh transmission fluid, can't even say it.
The
When we put the
goo.
new stuff in.
Yeah.
My experience, any older system that I put synthetic in, everything leaks. It's just
Eats it.
annoying, but that's the way it is. So we're going to change this seal right here. And that should take care of that. And yes, it's wore here, but it's not enough that it's going to matter. The clutch, the disc we took out was almost 2 millimeter thinner than the one I'm putting back in, so that should give us, and we're going with the less wore pressure plate, so that'll give us even more tension and stuff. So we should be good. And if this was a nice car and it wasn't just for getting parts, we put all new stuff in. But I have my own Saab's part yard, right?
Yeah.
So we just use what we got, and I've done it enough. I'm pretty confident we'll be okay.
Well, would we work on this for 2 hours, 2.5 hours?
I wasn't keeping track.
I
Yeah.
think we started around 10.
Yeah. So I'm gonna use a orbital sander and resurface. Basically, just cut the glaze off of this, and then we'll put the new clutch pack on, or the replacement clutch pack on, and then we'll shove it back in, and
Bob's your uncle.
hook everything back up, and then Old Blue will be running again.
That's be nice.
Yeah.
So what we
And other than buying these guys coffee, this hasn't cost us all that stuff, and the seals. Rock Auto had the transmission input seals and the output, the axle shaft output seals for like 30 cents, and so I bought all of them. So I got a whole bag full of them. We'll probably be dead before we use them all.
Yeah.
So again, this is a exotic foreign car, but you don't have to be well heeled. Like we bought this for $1,000. Probably spent $500 on it, and we've been running and driving it. It made us money. When
we went to Lewiston a couple times.
Yeah, or Pullman.
Pullman.
Yeah, went to Pullman.
I
So
keep wanting to go up, back up. The
we'll
Lewiston grade
do the Lewiston grade after we fix it.
after the clutch is working.
So anyway, don't get discouraged if you think this is outside your reach. They're not. They're really reliable. And it's fun to drive. I have so many things I can drive, but I'd rather hop into the 95 or the 96 because they're just cool. And again, like our single man here has decided.
Oh, everybody wants to know about
The
the
Chick Magnet
Yeah.
Supreme, So.
Yeah, they're fun.
of course, it's all old guys.
Yeah.
No.
So anyway, the next video we'll be putting it back together. And anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We really appreciate your support, and click the subscribe button, and we'd appreciate that. Anything else, fellas?
No, appreciate you watching. We're gonna get this thing back on the road. Stay tuned for the next video when it's test drive time. We'll load it up with people and give it the beans and see how that clutch holds up.